So we do that. We go on this European tour. I have some family stuff go off at home. And after that tour, we're meant to have like 3 days off, go and record, go on a tour in America for a month. And it's like, I can't really do that right now. I've got some stuff I need to take care of. So we were like, all right, Nick's going to do the American tour, come back, then I'm going to jump back in. And then they came back off that America tour and they said, we're going to keep Nick.
So you didn't actually choose to say, I'm leaving for good?
No.
Was it not a bit, considering the success of the first album, even risky on their end to change anything?
Yeah.
Or was there an element of you that wasn't as into it as they were?
No, I was always into it. I felt like I would have died for it. That's how passionate I was about it. Like, I felt like I wanted to embody everything this is about. After that happened to me, we didn't speak for about two years.
Oh, really?
I didn't speak to them, and they didn't speak to me. So it's like, I don't know.
Who told you we're keeping on Nick?
They did.
Just Al on a phone call?
No, we went for a meeting. We were supposed to meet in a pub.
Did you think they might have been telling you?
No, not at all. I had no idea. Got to the pub. No one's there. The manager's assistant is sat outside the pub in his car saying, "Oh, we're not meeting here now. We're going to Jeff's office." Jumped in car, went to Jeff's office, walked in. Them three are stood there. I can see him. I can see exactly where everyone was stood and sat. And then we just started talking. They said that. I feel like I've never even told anybody any of this before, but it's a big scoop. So I just remember once they'd said it, I thought, right, well, that's a decision made.
What'd they say to you? Did someone speak for them, or did they speak?
Al did the speaking. Jamie did a bit of speaking. Matt, not so much.
Helders was a bit kind of like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. And I'm not saying they all was like, oh, yes, let's do it. Can't wait to pull this plug. Can't wait to do this. I'm not saying anyone enjoyed any of it. So I remember all that happening in that room. Shook all three of their hands and I walked outside. And I had this like jumper on and I took it off because I didn't remember. And I remember just throwing it to one side. And I walked out. And then I just remember walking out and Ian, the big manager, was sat in the cafe next door. So, and then I just thought, this is just it's a big organised plan. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to get him in here. We're going to do this. Then he's got to sit there. And I remember sitting with Ian and so I've just found this news out, 21 years old. And Ian's saying to me, right, you're going to have to get a lawyer. And I was just like, wow. So then all that happened. I remember going home, and I don't really remember much for quite a long time after that.
Did you booze? Did you drug?
Not really. It's weird. I don't know what I did.
From 21 to 25, where were you?
I actually don't know. That's the thing. That's the weirdest thing is when I think of the year 2007, 8, and 9, it's dark. There must be a tiny sense of betrayal. The hardest thing was because I mean, me and Jamie were close and things, but Jamie kind of got drafted in because he lived up the road, and I kind of saw him when we had practice and things like that. I didn't really know him outside of the band, whereas Alan Elders, we'd had a life before we'd even knew how many strings were on a guitar. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it was, and it was difficult. It was difficult. It was a difficult part of life. For a few months after. I remember ringing Al the next day and he was just like, oh, I don't know what to say. And then I just remember I hung up and we didn't speak for a few years after that. And I just feel like it's a bit of a testament to my character that how I feel about it now from how I felt about it then. So we've started it. I've gone through this really dark stage in my life.
Were you depressed about the whole thing?
Really depressed.
Like, were you like staying indoors, considering
life?
Considering suicide kind of thing?
I mean, yeah. Considering, like, if these people can do this, what can...
Yeah, you felt completely betrayed.
Like, of course, been very close to, you know what I mean, not being here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you were on rock's end of life, basically.
really low. And I remember when they headlined Glastonbury for the first time, I was sat in my house on my own in the dark.
Why didn't you turn the lights on?
I might have had a lamp on. It wasn't let me feel sorry for myself. But I do remember watching them headline Glastonbury on television. And I was just sat at home on my own. Just watching it. Just crying, watching them headline.
Actually crying, watching it?
Of course, yeah. Can you imagine what that's like?